Hi everyone, I'm Mehdi from Talos Drones. Today we have some Agras remote controllers here for you, but we're going to be focusing on the DJI Agras T50 remote and tell you a little bit about it. So here we have the first version. It was used for the MG1S. Actually, there was another version before that for the first MG1 series, but this is for the MG1S, MG1P. It was used for the Phantom 4 RTK as well. Then we have this one here. They look the same, but this was for the Agras T20 and T16. So this one, these two work for both Agras T20 and T16. In the past, they were using them. But the difference between these two, if you want to know what it is, it's just there is a DJI logo in between. But one is for the DJI Agras T10 and T30, the one that has the logo. The one that doesn't have the logo is for the DJI Agras T20 and T16. So it's just showing you where was DJI in 2016, and then after that around 2018 and 2020. Now in 2024 we have this version. You see the screen is a lot bigger. We don't have this type of movement that if you drop your remote controller, this part can break. So this is a built-in screen. So if I press this, to turn it on, you press once and press and hold again to power it on, but I already have it on. So we have two sticks here. It's similar to other DJI drones. When you select the mode 2, which is the default mode, the left stick, when you move it up, the drone will go up. When you bring it down, the drone comes down. When you move it left, then the drone starts turning counterclockwise. When you move it to the right, it starts turning clockwise. So this is for then going up, down, and turning the drone. This one moves the drone forward, backward, left, right, and any direction you move it, it will move the drone to that direction. So you can go diagonally forward and left. But what's important, these Agras drones, they're not for taking photos or taking videos, so it doesn't matter where the camera is pointing. So I recommend always having the back of the drone that has the battery in it towards you, and basically you want your drone to face the same direction as you. Why? Because when you move it forward and it's facing the same direction as you, it's gonna go forward. When you move it to the left, it goes left. But if you turn the drone towards you, now you want to go forward, it comes towards you, which is the backward. So you don't want to do that. You always want the drone to be almost at the same direction as you are if you are flying it manually. On this remote controller, this is the power button. This switch that is can move in different directions, and these right here, they are all for they are programmable buttons. You can program them in the settings. If you go to begin, then setting at the top right corner, then you select the remote controller, you scroll down, and you will see all of those buttons, and there are basically functions that you can define for it. So you can select that R1, whenever you press it, it adds a waypoint. R2, when you press it, it switches between the camera view and the map, right? So you can program all of this based on your needs. So then over here, we have this pause button. In fact, it's not pausing the operation, it's not pausing it's just this remote controller is used for Matrix 350 as well. So it's not going to pause your operation. So if you want to pause the operation and you're flying automatically, there is a pause button on the screen. You can also move this stick to any direction and it pauses. So your drone is flying automatically, you move this to any direction, it's a pause command that you're sending to your drone. So if your drone is flying automatically, you basically created a mission and it's flying automatically, then you give some throttle to it. Let's say there's a tree here, so you give throttle while it's going automatically, it goes up, but it's not going to pause the mission, so then it goes down right after when you let go of this to the altitude that you define. So we pause here, there's a lot of noise coming, but actually, you know what? So the noise that we are hearing here, it was that the battery was going out and it started beeping, so it's good to know. It can happen on this model as well. So let's say you're on this screen. This button here is a back button. You can go back, and right here, this is red because there is no drone link to this button, to this remote controller. If there was a drone link to it, this would be green. Then we have, so one more thing now, I just saw these antennas. People usually think like if they have it like this is ideal because it's sending the signal, but the signal is not going out from the tip of the antennas, it comes out from the sides, from the surface. So you want to have it either like this or like this to get the longest range. So we talked about that. This is a spray button on these Agras T50. So if you press it once, it's going to start spraying manually. And then with this right here, you can adjust the flow rate. So you can hold it and it increases the flow rate. You hold it, if you hold it towards, if you move it towards the center and hold it, it increases the flow rate. If you move it outward and hold it, it decreases the flow rate. With that being said, we also have this button here for taking screenshots. This one, I need to check on that. I don't actually know what it is. So, okay. So these two buttons again are programmable too. I just want to talk a little bit about these connectors. Micro SD card. You can put a micro SD card here. Let's say you create a mission on a DJI Smart Farm Web and you want to upload it to your remote controller. There are two ways. You can upload it to the cloud, or you can just put it on the SD card. It automatically, a Smart Farm Web or DJI Terra actually creates a folder for you on the SD card. Then you put it on the remote controller and import it to this remote controller. Then you have the USB-A. It's for transferring data if you want to connect to the DJI Assistant 2 for MG. And you have the USB-C. The USB-C can be used to charge the internal battery of the remote controller. It's not for transferring data, it's for charging the remote controller with the 65-watt charger that comes with the drone. We include it in our package at Talos Drones. When you buy an Agras T50, it's, I think, around $90, but it's included in the package. Then HDMI, if you wanted to connect your remote controller and mirror the screen on a TV, if you're training your staff or the pilots, you want to show them how to do things on the remote controller, you can just connect your remote to through the HDMI to a TV or a monitor, then mirror your screen. So now this is about the buttons, but as I mentioned, the USB-C is for charging the internal battery. This remote controller has an external battery as well. So if I press this button, it opens here. This is an external battery. The internal batteries, there are two of them under here, and you charge them through the USB-C, but this external battery, you need to pop it out and then connect it to a WB37 battery hub and charge it. You can connect two of these batteries to the battery hub. So the drone always uses this first. I mean, the remote controller always uses the WB37 batteries first, and then it switches to the internal battery. So if you run out of this, you still have 1 to 2 hours of charge on the internal batteries. That gives you time to charge your external battery. But if you have two of these, that's ideal. Then you can just switch them. So to put it back, you put it right here, push it down, and slide it in. This right here, there are two small screws. If you open it, you can connect a dongle and add a SIM card to your remote controller with the help of that dongle. The dongle comes in the box of the Agras T50, and it just gives you data. With that being said, you have the option, but you don't need that option because you can fly your drone without internet, just with this remote controller. This wasn't being used for a while. It's beeping for us, so I just turn it off. Press once and press and hold on the power button. So yes, so you do not need internet. The only time you need internet is if if, I'm sorry about this part. It's if you want to log into your account. Let's say every week, it would be a good idea to go to this person symbol. Exit means log out. You log out of your account. You log back in before you go out to the field that you don't have internet, because the drones every week, almost every week, it will ask you to put your passport to make sure you are the owner. So if you, before you go out to the field, you just exit and then enter your, like for us, is support@talosdrones.com. For you is your email and passport, and log in again. What it does, it's then it doesn't ask you for another week, so you don't need internet for another week and fly your drone. So yeah, that's like the basics of this Agras T50 remote controller. Thank you for watching.